everyone, welcome back for another video. Today I am so excited to chat to you about making my wedding dress. Now you all know that I absolutely love dressmaking, well, of course, because I've got my own dress collection, the Arum Lilea collection, which you will have seen on this channel. My blog often features my dress collection, so making dresses is something that I've loved my whole life. For me, it was always about making the dress and the journey of the dressmaking. I started off initially being inspired by two dresses. I kind of knew the silhouette that I wanted to go for the wedding dress. Those two dresses were one by Bela Designs and then another one by Bela. One was beaded and very much so, and then the other one not beaded at all, and it had a geometric pattern on the lace that I thought was very unusual. And normally when it comes to something bridal, you end up with a florally lace or a flower pattern in the lace, and to see something very much based on line, you know, diagonals and cutting through a line, I thought that was quite striking and I thought it was beautiful. So I took inspiration from both and I wanted to create my own bespoke dress that nobody else on the planet would have. I love that. So just to make sure that I was on the right track, I went and tried on the Bela dress that I had been very interested in, and I tried it on. I took my dad to the dress fitting, and I was very surprised, he approved of the dress. It was actually his favorite out of all of those that I tried on. So that also gave me validation, and I thought, okay, well then I'm on the right track. I knew that the silhouette would fit my body type, because you never quite know when you see something on a model, it's not always going to translate well on your own personal body type. So I was quite happy that this silhouette was going to work. So the first step of the process was to go and buy the fabric. Having been part of the entire process of planning my wedding dress, I guess it is no surprise that I went and picked the fabric. So I went with my dressmaker and we went and pulled out reams and reams and reams and reams of lace. And I love lace, clearly. I mean, like, I love it. It gives me such a thrill. Anyway, I ended up coming across the lace that I thought, this is the piece of lace. It had beading and it had the geometric pattern that I was inspired by. So it was almost as though I'd put out my intention to the universe, and the universe had come back with a single piece of lace that gave me both the beading of the Bela dress and the geometric pattern of the Bela dress. So when I saw that, my dressmaker was trying to coax me into going with something a little bit more florally, and I love florals, but I just thought there was a uniqueness about a wedding dress with a strong, almost masculine line to it. So I knew the moment I saw it, I knew that was the one, there was no denying it. For my first appointment with my dressmaker, I went in a little bit emotional. Hello everybody, I am here today to do something extremely exciting, and it's something that I still get a little bit emotional about every time I think about it for too long. But today we are going to be doing my first wedding dress appointment, and I'm so thrilled. I can't even describe this moment to you. If I think about it too much, I tend to tear up, and it's just a whirlwind of emotions. And I think one of the things that keeps striking such a chord with me, and I don't want to get emotional right now, it's just how much I know that my mom and my gran would have loved to have been a part of this moment. But I know they are with me anyway, and I've got my incredible sister joining me in just a few short minutes, and the two of us are gonna go and get started on my wedding dress. I ended up having the most beautiful opportunity to discuss through the dress, and we pulled out the lace and we looked at exactly which patterns and which motifs were recurring throughout the lace, and to decide now where we were going to put each motive and which pattern I would like placed in which direction. We also took all the measurements that you need. Good morning. Hello Anna. Hello. Welcome to the vlog. This is my very precious bridesmaid who I cannot believe has flown from Mauritius to spend this week with us, and today we are off to go and do some fittings. We're doing our, well, my wedding dress fitting right now, and we're doing your bridesmaid dress. So it's like final touches for the bridesmaid dresses, and yeah, I don't know what the status of the wedding dress is, but we'll find out very soon.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Oh my gosh. I'll explain all this at the bottom.
Look at the back.
We're going to start with
Word.
the top, and then you face mirror so you can see what you look like.
Oh my word.
Okay, go forward. Just a little bit forward, Lee. Yeah, top.
Oh
dear.
my word, people.
That is absolutely.
Oh
I know that lace is absolutely
my
stunning.
word.
Oh my word. If this was the final product, I'd be happy.
No, there's lots to
My
do.
word.
But I mean, it's getting there.
It's so pretty.
So, oh my gosh, yes. But I mean, I'm gonna.
No man, this is so gorgeous. Oh my word.
I was actually a little bit taken aback by how much work had been done, because it was almost as though there was a full dress. Well, there was a full dress for me to put on, so I put it on, and everything that we had spoken about had already taken place. The shoulder pad details was on, the line down the arms was on, the framing over here was on. We'd even decided around the navel which particular part of the pattern of that lace we were going to structure there. So there was manipulation. There we were playing and cutting out and putting different things on different areas of the body there. And this was all done by the time of my first fitting. So I was thrilled to see that.
Now we can see what that looks like. So what do you think? I'm going to burst into do you guys like it? Do you like that little panel thing down the back?
It's so pretty.
T-shirt.
Oh, chicken, you look beautiful.
Just carry on. This is Anna's going to put a silly veil on. Imagine what we're going to be like. We're going to be like these bunch of like, you can see what you feel about that.
That is stunning.
We decided whether we wanted the geometric pattern or whether we wanted the floral from the lace to sit on the framing edge of the cutout on the back, and obviously then decided again to go with the straight lines and the diagonals just to frame the edge. I thought it was so unique, and it's not something that you see every day, and it's definitely not something you see very often on a wedding dress. So I was very drawn to that, and that was quite an exciting decision. And then for the bottom of the dress, we then decided which piece of the lace was going to be on really the bottom of the dress. We decided between a scalloped edge that came through as a motif on the lace pattern. You know, it would have been an easy choice to put a scalloped edge on the bottom of a wedding dress. I think it's almost intuitive to do something like that. But there was another part of the lace that kind of inspired me of running water. It also had straight lines coming down, so kind of like a waterfall effect, and I just had the idea to put that at the bottom of the dress rather than the scalloped edge, which would have been like a definite frame, rather just this like running water kind of feeling at the bottom of the dress. So we decided on that, and so thrilled. I was absolutely thrilled with all the progress. I think even in the clips you might perhaps hear me say that I would have been happy if this was the final product. It definitely wasn't. There was still a lot of work to be done, but I was so thrilled with the status of the dress on my very first fitting. So on my second dress fitting, I tried on this dress, which has now made even more progress. The bottom of the dress had been completed, the train had been completed. It looked extraordinary. You know, it did look, to me, in my mind in any event, that there was that feeling of movement, of the flowing of water, which I loved. and then we started working on the area around the thighs and the area coming up from this running water motif that I put at the bottom, and to see whether we were going to join them with a little bit of floral detail and how close we would get it. There are 2 bits that come down from my thighs with a little bit of a floral detail, and then there's a bit of lace with floral detail that comes up from the water kind of motif that I went for at the bottom. So it's kind of as though ivy's growing up a wall, but the ivy's growing down the wall as well. Maybe wisteria, I don't know, something whimsical like that in my mind. And I was very, very happy with that. Then at the back of the dress, pretty much all of it was complete.
Yeah, the back is
and when you walk, you see the whole thing.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
Dying.
But now is a matter of putting it together. So the little pearl buttons were being put on and we were deciding where they would meet, and then we had the floral detail go along the neckline at the back to join with the pearl buttons and to assemble those together. So it was coming together beautifully. I was so happy with it, really. It was just a moment of magic trying on that dress for the second time, and it was extraordinary to me because I couldn't believe that this is where we were in the process. It was happening so quickly. So by the time that I was due for the next try on was actually my collection day. Good morning, everyone. Today is easily one of the most exciting days of my entire life, because today is the day that I'm going to pick up my wedding dress. I can't believe it. Anyway, I'm so excited. It's torrential downpour outside, but oh my goodness, I'm excited, guys. Let's go and pick it up.
Oh my soul.
It is gorgeous.
It is
See, so much better
pretty.
than this. Yeah. Now you can use and you feel better.
Oh gosh, it's so stunning.
I love it.
It's so pretty. Oh my goodness.
I just can't believe it's here. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
It's so beautiful.
I arrived to find that there were a number of surprises. So for one, the dress, I mean, was an absolute vision to me, seeing it in its complete form. But then I was completely taken by surprise because my sister had gone, and as the absolute sweetling that she is, she'd gone and taken a piece of my mom's dress, who you'll know by now she has passed, and we still have her wedding dress, and my sister had gone and cut off the sash around my mom's wedding dress and given it to the dressmaker. They had sewn it into a bow inside the dress.
so we put that into your dress for you. And I thought it would be nice if we kind of just gave you a pretty little bow on the inside.
How cute is that?
So she's a part of you there. Do it now, because then on the day you don't have to.
Now you would never have known that that piece of fabric was in there, but it was very symbolic in having my mom with me, having a bit of her with me, and I just instantly burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's so meaningful. And I think when it comes to weddings, everything's sentimental and everything's emotional, and if you can incorporate a little bit of your family and a little bit of, you know, something that you treasure very dearly, I think that's a wonderful thing to do. Oh, I was absolutely taken with the fact that there was a little bit of my mom with me created inside my wedding dress. And then in addition to that, they had also surprised me with this tissue box. So in this little tissue bag that they had made for me for my wedding day, there is a piece of fabric from my mom's dress, a piece of fabric from my grand's dress, and the lace from my own dress. So there was 3 generations wedding pieces in this one particular pouch. I'm going to get teary about it again, but just so incredibly sentimental. And the 2 women that pioneered my life, my mom and my gran, being woven into my wedding dress, and for me to have this to hold for when I got teary, it was just so incredibly special, and it was such beautiful thoughts. My sister is just so special, I can't even tell you. So she's definitely the 3rd woman in my life that's had the most tremendous effect on my life. Obviously, I mean, I talk about her all the time, but it just goes to show you how much love she has, that she would go and think to have something like this made, and think to have the fabric put into the bottom of my dress. So it was really special to have my sister as a huge part of the entire process. I mean, she was there right from the inception of this dress. To be honest, she's been there from the inception of this whole wedding story. She planned the proposal in great detail too. And my sister also made my garter. So she had taken some of the lace that was left over from my dress, and she had created the most beautiful garter. It was a perfect match for my dress. And actually we had that garter for me to keep, and we had another one to toss. So that was very meaningful, and also something worth thinking about if you're planning your own wedding dress, because it might be quite nice to put your garter in your memory box. That's where mine is. And it was just very special that my sister made it. So again, all these sentimental family values, you know, emotional little details that all came together in making this dress what it was. And then obviously I got to wear it on the day that I dreamt of my whole life, to marry the man of my dreams. And it was just extraordinary. It was just the most beautiful process of getting ready for the wedding. I thought I would share it with you because I certainly don't want to forget the process, and I know that you have been with me on the entire journey. You've been with me from the proposal, you've been with me through all the wedding planning, choosing the venue, all of that. So I wanted to share this process with you too. Thank you so much for coming on this wedding journey with me. It's been the most phenomenal story and a phenomenal journey. Thank you for all your encouragements and all your love and all your messages surrounding the wedding. It truly means so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video.